Welcome back to my life as a social experiment where I sacrifice myself for the greater good, like any good martyr would, and expose things about myself that make people uncomfortable and force people to think about stuff that they wouldn't, and to open up my life so people understand the complexities that go into one individual. Not to say that, I'm special because I've got all these different complexities to me, and that's really interesting, and I am worth listening to. But I think I'm worth listening to, and my complexities are different than others, but they're valuable enough. And if nobody's listening, it doesn't matter. I won't know. So if you are listening, thank you. Today is Tuesday, July 2nd, and I'm sitting upstairs in my house, taking my Crocs off and getting comfortable. I'm trying to get comfortable enough where I can just talk freely. I don't have a glass of wine next to me. I know, that's an awful thing to say. But it's a little early, and I've got some responsibilities to take care of, so I don't generally pour a glass of wine until all that shit is behind me. As I sit here with a pile of clean clothes that's literally in a pile in front of me. But that's not a responsibility that's high on my priority list. So that pile can fuck off. At least for now. I'll get to it at some point. That's exciting. So, welcome back. It's been a week since I posted my last chat, and I'd have to recall a minute here for, I don't know what I talked about, actually. And you know what? I don't actually want to go back. Let's just keep going forward. Today, I want to talk about a bunch of stuff, and I don't know how to get it out in an efficient manner. But my art lies in flow of consciousness, so I'm just going to talk. But I am going to start off with a springboard statement, and that is that social media sucks. And I'll tell you why. And I was scrolling through Facebook, ironically enough, just before I started this, and I came across a post that you know those posts, and I'm going to expose some shit, and you're going to understand what I'm talking about more than you want to. So there's this meme, these memes that have a little background and they've got all this text. And for me, I am attracted to memes with lots of text because I like words. I love words. I'm attracted to lyrics in tunes. The tune itself has to be good, but if the lyrics are stupid, I bail. Absolutely bail. And so I like words. So I'm attracted to these memes that come across the feed that say a lot of things in really boring text. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe it's my background in studying philosophy and reading books without pictures and suffering through endless chains of arguments that if you miss one bit of the argument, then you totally misunderstand where the person was going. I don't know what it is. And if you like words, then you can identify with this. And I'm not the kind of person. Okay, so I'm getting to the reason why social media sucks. And so this meme said, "Call me crazy, but I love to see people happy and succeeding. Life is a journey, not a competition." And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to hit share. And then I stop. And I do that all the time. I don't like sharing it. I like reading them, but I don't like sharing them. And because that statement kind of fed into my reasoning as to why I think social media is going to kill us all. Well, that's a little... Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't say that. It's not going to kill us. It is a plague. It does alienate us, let's say. And I haven't studied this at length. I just observe and just, talk out my ass into my phone. And so none of this is researched, but that's not going to stop me. So this statement, call me crazy, but I love to see people happy and succeeding. I feel like social media is a feeding ground for the passive aggressive. It's also a breeding ground for people who are, I guess, more same on the same lines as being passive aggressive. The people who just don't know how to interact with other people at all. Let's say. I don't want to say in a positive way or negative. I just feel like, some people just don't realize when they get onto social media, how to navigate it. And this is why I don't allow my children to get anywhere near it. And I'm not going to get on a high horse because I don't even own a horse, nor if I wouldn't even get on a horse. I don't have a high horse to get on. Honestly, I don't. But today I got a friend request from a 13-year-old child. My daughter's friend, a 13-year-old child, friend requested me on Facebook and sent me a message that said, "Hi." I'm like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? This blows my mind. Now, I'm not a stick in the mud or a bump on a log or some other colorful statement like that. I'm pretty fun. I'm pretty progressive. But I just don't feel that children, even adults, shouldn't be allowed on social media. I don't think that our brains are prepared for this sort of content and the flow of content. And I've talked about this before where, it's hard to see where your consciousness stops and the Facebook feed begins, or where the Facebook feed ends and your consciousness starts. I don't know. That maybe makes no sense to you. But if you've ever gone to sleep after looking at your phone and you're having dreams about posts from people you don't even see, then that's a problem. I mean, your brain is processing shit that's meaningless. So, okay, yeah, that's a bit of a tangent, but it's all part of the same argument. So a 13-year-old child who is, just about to start puberty if they haven't already, and is now going to navigate the social realm in a totally different way, now has full access to adults. This child is friend requesting adults. Yes, I am a safe adult. I'm very safe. But that's not the case with everyone. It's not the case. It's just not the case with everyone. And you just don't know. You don't know who is going to prey on a 13-year-old child. You don't know. Okay, so there was a story not too long ago. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell that story. Because I'm not going to speak about shit I don't know. And I try not to do that. I hate people who talk about shit they don't really know about. Or make shit up. Especially about others. But I will tell you this story. I won't give you any names. So Facebook, social media, and I don't know the other platforms that well. Instagram, I'm sorry if I haven't followed you on Instagram. It's simply because I don't know how to use that fucking thing. And I don't have the patience to figure it out. And so Facebook is my go-to. So yeah, I've had to work with a lawyer in the past 2 years. And this platform, I guess, gave him the feeling that he could contact me through it and make comments on photos of mine, ask me out on dates, say many inappropriate things to me over this platform. And none of it was warranted. Absolutely none of it. The first couple of comments I brushed off. Ha ha ha, that's really funny. Cute. Simply because I didn't know better. Okay, I'm an adult. And it took me several months to figure out, after he asked me out on another date, and then when I said no, he blocked me. I finally figured out that this was not proper adult behavior among a professional and their client. So if it took me that long to figure that out, there should be no reason, or there is no way that a 13-year-old child is going to be able to make rational decisions about shit that adults do. And adults do this shit. They act like children. Believe me, I just had an experience 2 days ago with a full-grown adult acting like a child. So it happens. Oh my God, I'm getting exhausted getting this worked up. But let me get my train of thought back. Are you still with me? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Anyway, Facebook. All right, so there's a new thing on the Facey, as I like to call it. And I think it's on Instagram as well. But the Facey has this thing called Stories. And I just started using it. I don't understand. What is there to understand, honestly? It's, you post pictures in your story, and then the stories go up in a certain place in your feed, so you can look at everybody's stories. And I've never clicked on these before, ever. But then I posted in my story one time, and lo and behold, when you go into that story thing, it tells you who's looked at it. And what human, social humans in their right mind, doesn't want to know who just looked at their shit? That's exciting. Well, did so-and-so look at it? How about this person? How about that person? They're really important. Oh, and then I looked at it closer. And as these little story pictures go by, right, you go through a story, somebody's story. They have 3 pictures, say, right? And you look through their story, and then it clicks over automatically into the next person's story. So it could go from Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo, I'm interested in what Joe is doing. He's on a picnic with his family in the Grand Canyon, and I care for some reason. And so I click on a story, and I watch all 3, 5, 7 pictures, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I'm so entranced with this storybook, the story that he's posted, that it clicks over into Sally's story, who I really, Sally, I don't really know her. We're friends on the Facey, but, she's a friend of a friend. We don't really know each other, just an acquaintance. But now Sally, when she goes into her story, she's going to see that I looked at it. And Sally's going to be like, gee whiz, Molly looked at my story. Why is she interested in what I'm doing? Okay, so what we have here in my mind is a bunch of needless content that clouds people's brains. Some people ignore this altogether, and that's good. That's fine. Some people don't. Some people obsess about it. But I figured out, I got these Facebook stories. I've got their number now. So I look at mine, and I'm telling you, again, remember the name of this podcast. It's My Life as a Social Experiment. So I'm admitting to you that I go through my story that I posted, and if you watch the names, watch the number of people who have seen your story, the first picture is always like 37 people. 37 people gave a shit about the picture I posted from Littleton, New Hampshire the other day. And now I'm feeling good, like, cool. These people are interested in what I'm doing. You get to the second picture, and the number is cut in half, because what has happened is half these people ended up in your story and they didn't intend to get there. And so as soon as they see your picture of, grandma's birthday party, they bail because it's boring as shit. And your next picture has got half of the attendees to your life. So